Guys, Nicole here with Mommy Tips by Cole. I have been requested to do a breastfeeding update slash breastfeeding must-haves video. So I'm going to first show you what are some of my absolute must-haves with now my fourth child, baby Colby, who is 3 months old. So I have been exclusively breastfeeding her since she was born, and I also pump, which I will talk more about my schedule and all that after I show my absolute must-have. So I'm going to try to do this quickly because she's right on the bed awake, so you might hear her in the background. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is breastfeeding covers. So I did buy, if you watched my baby registry buys video when I was still pregnant, I purposely bought this breastfeeding scarf, but I did not like it because it was so thick. I just felt like it wasn't breathable and it didn't feel comfortable on me. And you know, having the scarf around my neck and then her, I just felt hot, and then I felt if I was hot, then maybe she's hot. So I actually prefer to use these swaddler blankets. Since I don't swaddle her anymore, I use these as breastfeeding covers, and they double as blankets, and I love them because they're thin, they're breathable, they're huge. You can cover the carrier with them, you can use it as a blanket and cover. It's big enough to cover the baby, and I just kind of throw it over my shoulder depending on what side she's nursing off of, and then I cover it like that. Or if I'm feeding this side, like that, and then she's covered and it's breathable. You can actually even see through it a little bit with the sunlight. And this one is by the brand Lulujo, which I did a video on all their stuff. Absolutely love their products. I even have these smaller ones that could be burp cloths. So that's also another must-have, is a big burp cloth, because they spit up everywhere and I've had to change my shirt multiple times. I would have to go out and bring a shirt for myself because she would spit up all over me. And I like that this one is huge and can really cover yourself when you're burping them, and the back of your shirt and your arm. Otherwise, the other one that I use is somewhere. These are the other ones that I use regularly, but as you can see, it doesn't cover much. So this is great if they're already burped and then I'm just holding her over my shoulder. It protects your clothing and you can easily wipe up her mouth. But now she's 3 months, she's drooling all the time. Like she's drooling right now, right? She's drooling all the time, and now she wears a bib. So yeah. The other one that I have is by Aiden and Anai, or Annie's. How do you say that? Aiden and Anai. This is also huge, and I use this too as a breastfeeding cover. Also, breast pads are essential, especially once your supply is super abundant and you're always full, or if I'm out at work or you're out somewhere and you didn't get to nurse for a while, you're gonna leak. But if I'm home, if I'm home, I don't use the breast pads because I'm just feeding her on demand. It's not very likely I'll leak a lot. If I do leak, then I leak. But this is great because you don't want to stain your shirt when you're out and about. And this has been my favorite brand since my other 3 kids, who I also exclusively breastfed. Disposable nursing pads. So this is a giant pack from Target, 100, and it lasts a long time. Another thing from Lansano that I picked up were this TheraPearl 3-in-1 breast therapy, hot and cold therapy. This is the container that I saved this so I could show it in the video what it looks like, but I also got that from Target, and I'll actually show what it looks like. This is my little Timinitas pouch where I actually have been storing everything I need for the pump, although the other stuff is drying downstairs. But most of my breast pump essentials are in here usually, and it's great if I need to take it on the go, it's in there. But this is what the pads look like. This was so helpful. I actually had not engorgement. I actually had a clogged duct, and it was so painful. And I think my memory card was just full, so I had to delete some stuff. But I actually got a clogged milk duct on my right side, and it was so painful. And I got these, and I would heat them up in the microwave for a few seconds at a time to warm it up. And I tried using them with the cover. You can actually fold it like this so that it kind of goes like that if it's too hot, but I didn't really feel the heat. Like, I wanted it to be direct, so I took it out of here and you lay it on top. And I actually even had it while I was nursing because it really helped with the pain, and to help my milk get rid of the clog, like for the milk to get expressed so that the clog would be gone. And that was like the worst pain ever, and I vlogged about it and it was horrible. Another Lancino brand, I swear I'm not sponsored by Lancino, I just love their breastfeeding stuff. I actually prefer their breast milk storage bags over any other brands, although it doesn't really matter, but I just like Lancino. So, and then they had a sale in Babies R Us, buy one get one half, so I got these. You can actually take them out through the middle, I see, and they're freezer safe. So these are the bags that I use to store my breast milk, and I just put the date. You can add all the other stuff, but I just put the date, and then I store it in the freezer. So those are the breast milk storage bags that I like to use. And then Colby, the last thing I wanted to share, I think this is the last thing, is my breast pump. So I don't have all of the attachments. I might insert a picture, but this is from Medela. I think this is the pumpkin style one, and I actually got this through my insurance, which is super important. So check with your insurance to see if you are covered for a breast pump. And what I did was ask for a prescription from my OBGYN for a breast pump, and then I called my insurance to see where I could get the breast pump. Sometimes they send it to you, sometimes you can go to a medical supplier to pick one up, and that's what I did. And they gave me a choice of a few, and I asked people on Facebook, asked you guys, I asked just personal friends, and I looked up reviews, I looked up videos, and I chose to go with this one, and I actually like this one. I even just ordered the car adapter because we're going to a wedding. I'm out of breath because I ran downstairs and I ran back up because I had a phone call. I bought the car charger adapter for this so that I could pump in the car on the way home from the wedding, because we'll be gone for more than a couple hours, so that I can pump and not be engorged on the go. So I like that this is convenient. It's super easy to use. Honestly, for myself, I did not really pump with the other three kids. This is the first time I'm really pumping more regularly because I am working part-time outside of the home, in addition to working from home, but I work outside of the home too. And this helps me so much because I don't know if it's like this for everybody, but I'm able to pump. I think one time I pumped for 5 minutes. I was able to get like 4 or 5 ounces, and if I pump for longer, I can get 8. And yeah, so I've been really lucky that my supply is enough that I don't have to sit for too lengthy of a time to pump, that I can pump fairly quickly and get a good amount to store for her. And now kind of going into where I'm at with breastfeeding is I'm feeding exclusively, so on demand pretty much. So she nurses when she's hungry. I pretty much nurse her. In the beginning, I would keep track of the sides by writing it down. I used to, in one of my older must-have videos for breastfeeding, I said and a must-have was a journal, which I did use with all 3 kids. I had like a little notebook where I would write the time that I would feed on what side and how many minutes on each side, and I'd always have it with me and always write in it. But now this is my 4th kid. I kind of threw it out the window, right? She wants me to pick her up. You want to be in the video? You want to be in the video? Say hi, Colby. Hi guys. And I kind of just use, you know, my memory of what side, and honestly, I just feel which one feels fuller. If I don't remember, I'm just like, okay, well, this one feels heavier, so that one has more milk, so let's go on this side. But having the notebook was super helpful. I know I used to wear a certain bracelet on which side that I nursed on last. I would have the bracelet on. I did that in the beginning with my first 2 kids, but now I just kind of wing it. So you do whatever works best for you, and all of those methods have worked great for me. Co-sleeping has helped so much with all 4 of my kids with breastfeeding, because it helps me sleep better at night knowing she's right there, and then I can just feed her right when she needs me to feed her. I just turn over and feed her, or when she was really small, I would pick her up and put her in the boppy and nurse her, and then of course I burp her after, and then I put her down, and then she sleeps, and she's sleeping really great. But I'll talk more about that in my 3-month update with her, which I will film next. Yeah, so co-sleeping is great for me. I just have that already, that alertness already, where I know I won't roll over on the kids, because I've done this with all of my kids, and it just works out better for me, works out better for my husband. We sleep better because I'm not, she doesn't like cry for a long time waiting for me to feed her, because she's already right there. Just pick her up and I feed her. So that's another thing, and a part of the update that helps all of us sleep better. And hi, are you drooling on my shirt? Yeah, so what else can I say for as far as an update? Yeah, so I think I got the clogged duct from wearing a sports bra that was way too tight. And when I went to feed her after, I didn't change the sports bra, and I lifted it up, and I feel like having it so tight around the top clogged my duct. And going under really warm showers helped me, and having the heating pad, and just nursing. You just gotta nurse through the pain, because that's the only way, bless you, it's the only way that it's going to be unclogged, is to nurse. Yeah, and then as far as my pumping schedule, in the beginning I was trying to pump at least once a day, and I successfully did that in the beginning, and I built up a good amount of supply in the fridge so that she would have it when I went back to work. And then now that I am back to work and everything's so crazy with the other kids' schedules and everything else that we're doing, I have neglected to pump once a day. I honestly have barely been pumping anything for her. And when I do go to work, sometimes she takes a bottle and sometimes she doesn't. So, you know, my husband will only heat up something for her if he knows she's really hungry. He just kind of gauges it on her mood, and then hopefully she takes it. But there have been occasions where he's heated up milk, not heated it up, but like defrosted it and let it warm in a warm tub of water, and then poured it into the bottle. Yeah, so he doesn't want to waste the milk, because I only have so much that's stored away. But I want to say this to myself, that I want to pump more, at least a few times a week, if not every day, so I can build up more of a supply for her. I mean, it's super easy, but I just kind of one of those things, because I'm feeding on demand, I just kind of put it on the back burner, because I don't leave her for a whole day. I'm only gone for maybe 4-5 hours max, and sometimes during that time she'll be sleeping for half that time and then awake and alert for the other half, where she's already full and not hungry, because I've fed her before I leave. So that's also another thing, is what I try to do, is I feed her before I leave her for a few hours. Right? Look at them. Hi guys. Hi. And she is a big healthy baby, as you can see. At her 2 months she was 15.25 pounds, and now I don't know how much she weighs. And her next visit's at 4 months, so I would think she'd be close to 20 pounds at her 4-month visit, for all I know. So she's a super healthy baby. Those are all my breastfeeding must-haves that I can really think of at the top of my head. Oh, I do have breastfeeding cream, or no, nipple cream, but I honestly did not use that after the early parts, after she was first born. I used it in the beginning, because in the beginning it might be dry or cracked, or you know, not your nipples are not used to it yet. But then now that I'm constantly nursing her, I have no need for the cream. But yeah, so definitely that is something to have on hand when you're just starting out to breastfeed. So say I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Bye.